But what really gets me going is thinking about 10 years from now when I could sell this thing to that family who is paying premium owner-occupied pricing, because at that point we have a 10-year-old property, 5-3, nice neighborhood, something like that, dude. They're going to be paying. All right, y'all, we're going down to the Birmingham market today. I got another good one for you from my buddies over at Rent to Retirement, okay? This is a single-family turnkey model in Kimberly, Alabama, all right? That is 15, 20 minutes or so outside of the city center of Birmingham, right? And, when you're doing new construction and stuff in markets like Birmingham where you're seeing nice population trends, they got a nice little tech hub out there, right? Like people call them the tech hub of the friggin' South or whatever, okay? You got to leave the city center and get up into the suburbs to find land, and then that's where you're able to build these nice little developments, okay? And that's exactly what you're going to get here, right? You're going to be able to pick it up for $318,100. It's a big boy, too, a 5-3, okay? And the starting rent is going to be $2,250. And as of course, with anything that you buy, okay, you need to look at the long-term implications. What I got for you here, as you see, you got some financing, some numbers, what your ROI and your cash flow and your maintenance and things of that nature are going to look like here in the near term, okay, as well as the long term. We push this thing out further. What's my investment going to look like 5-10 years down the road, right? These are very important things to think about, y'all, because your year one numbers are not anywhere near as important as what your investment is going to look like in the long haul, especially something like this, dude. We're talking about a 5-3, okay? This is a 5-3, guys. In the outskirts of the Birmingham market, you're in the suburbs, okay? Odds are good 10 years from now, things are going to be so much more expensive, okay? I'm not even talking about the rent. I'm talking about just the pure acquisition cost of the home. And you're in a nice little community like this and you got a friggin' 5-3. Maybe you run into a tenant turnover 10 years from now. You go in, you refresh that bad boy, and this is something that you could put on the market and sell to owner occupants, sell to families that are going to be living there, guys, because as much as I love investors like you love investors like me, what is the deal with investors, folks? What are we doing? We're trying to buy properties undervalued. We're trying to get the best possible deals. But if you're looking at something like this, where one of the exit opportunities is going to be a nice little family that, like the school system, they got 2 kids, 2.5 if we're being, statistically accurate here. They got a little fucking dog. They got a white picket fence. Well, they don't have a white picket fence because we're selling them the house, and that's not going to increase our rent. So we're probably not going to install a white picket fence. But those motherfuckers are going to put their own white picket fence in that sumbitch after we sell it to them. And they're thinking about how happy they are. And dad's just got a nice little short commute down to his tech job in downtown Birmingham, blah, 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 blah. What do those people do? What does that buyer profile do, folks? They pay more money than investors, right? That's why these types of investments need to be looked at in the long term. In the short term, we got another little bonus for you, a little plussy plus here for you. Rent to Retirement is going to set you up with free property management for the first year, which is nice. But that don't get my beak wet. You know what I'm saying? What gets my beak wet, okay? Can't freaking speak. What? Sally sells seashells by the seashore, motherfuckers. What gets my beak wet is not necessarily year one cash flow, not necessarily free property management. But what really gets me going is thinking about 10 years from now when I could sell this thing to that family who is paying premium owner-occupied pricing, because at that point we have a 10-year-old property, 5-3, nice neighborhood, something like that, dude. They're going to be paying. Maybe you hold it even longer. Maybe you hold it 15. Maybe you hold it 20. Maybe you hold it 25 years. Any way you slice it, you're going to be making a massive return on the exit when you focus on something like this, okay? This is much different than just buying an apartment building or like some Midwest, Detroit, Cleveland Section 8 properties where the only people that are going to buy them from you are other investors who are going to try to just beat you down because they got spreadsheets on the buy side, okay? And they're looking at pure cash flow numbers. The types of buyers we're going to be looking for when we sell stuff like this, not the case, right? So you get that rental income, pays for the investment while you hold it until you're able to time the market just right and sell at the peak. That's why a deal like this makes a lot of sense. That's why when we provide you these opportunities from rent to retirement, we provide you the numbers on the property, sure, in the short term, but we also provide you what they have looked at in the long term, 5 years out, 10 years out. You got to focus on the long term, guys. If that makes sense, if you're into that, if you have interest in this property, I want you to reach out to Rent to Retirement directly. They'll talk to you more about the market, more about their process, more about their free property management, more about their company. Information should be on the screen. If it's not specifically on the screen right now, I'm sure my people have had it on the screen for many portions of the video, and it'll also be in the show notes below. Kimberly, Alabama, just outside Birmingham. Let's go.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Holton Wise TV for more financial information, education, and entertainment.